Hey, what's going on? It is Brad Tragic back once again for another wrestling video. Um, so here we go. My Royal Rumble predictions video. Oh yeah, it's official. It's done. There may be maybe another match added to the Royal Rumble, but basically the matches are done. It's set, ready to go. Royal Rumble this Sunday. We heard more people that were going to be in the Royal Rumble. Mick Foley was announced at the end of Raw. He's going to be in Rumble. Jericho hyping that the world's going to end as we know it at Royal Rumble. So hinting that he wants to win Royal Rumble. Sheamus wants to win. Wade Barrett wants to. Everybody wants to win Royal Rumble. But get down to the meat and potatoes of the Royal Rumble. So at the Royal Rumble, I don't believe they signed any undercard matches. The only matches we know of are, we only know of the three matches at Rumble, I believe. Could be wrong, but I might go check that out here in a second. But we know the John Cena and Kane match. Um, I really don't think there's a. They could make Kane go over, but they may just make a short work of this feud. There's been a lot of build up to this match, so I would assume that Kane might somehow get the win over John Cena here, and then lead to a match at No Way Out. I believe that's the pay per view now. They keep changing them, so I'm kind of I've lost track. If it's still No Way Out, it could be somewhere whatever the pay per view is or Elimination Chamber. I think now, whatever it is, the one that's after the Royal Rumble. Um, that one, I'm assuming that one will be the blow off between Cena and Kane. Now, during this, I would not be surprised if The Rock makes a couple appearances, just trying the road to WrestleMania, to get that going. So, yeah. And then we also got, we got Daniel Bryan in a cage match against Mark Henry and The Big Show. Now, all this crap has been going on. Um, I can honestly see Daniel Bryan somehow walking out with the world championship. Just some way, I think that he's going to do it. Now, if Daniel Bryan does not win this match, I would say Mark Henry would win this match. There's no way in hell that WWE should put the title on Big Show. There's just no reason to. I don't care if he hasn't had the belt in 9 years. That's not really a Cinderella story. If they put the belt on Big Show, it'd be the worst thing that they could do because it's not really what they need. They don't need Big Show, the Big Slow, to win the world championship. So I really do think that Daniel Bryan somehow he's going to walk out. That's my prediction. Daniel Bryan will walk out with the world championship. Somehow he will walk out. And then we have the then probably should be the main event. Um, CM Punk and Dolph Ziggler um, in for the championship, and John Laurinaitis as the guest referee. Now, before they announced Mick Foley as a referee, I was gonna say, that there would be some interaction with Foley in this match and in the main event of Raw. But what happened, it kind of surpassed that. So I don't see that happening. I don't know. This is where it kind of gets shaky. This is the match I think everyone's on the fence about. Because it could go either way. I mean, Dolph Ziggler could win the belt, and CM Punk could go a totally different direction, and then basically they feud, and he gets the belt back at No Way Out or whatever the next pay per view is. I'm gonna say No Way Out because that's what it used to be pay per view after Royal Rumble. I could be wrong, but it could go either way. I'm gonna say CM Punk's gonna somehow beat Dolph Ziggler. Something's gonna happen, and John may just try to screw CM Punk, and if he does, I'm assuming CM Punk's gonna lay him the hell out, and then they're gonna have to call in another referee. Um, but I can see that happening if John does try to screw him over. CM Punk's just gonna knock his ass out, and then they'll have to call in another referee, and then that's when he'll beat Dolph Ziggler. So I think somehow CM Punk will walk out with the belt. I just don't think it's the right time. I mean, it's time for Ziggler to be world champion. I'm not against Ziggler being champion, but I just don't think this is the right time nor place for him to do this. Now, if they end up doing like the whole the Royal Rumble at the end of the night show. It'd be interesting if CM Punk defeats Ziggler, and then Ziggler walks into the Royal Rumble and then wins the Rumble. That would be amazing. I mean, I would be so for Ziggler winning the Royal Rumble, but I just don't think that's gonna happen. It's not Ziggler's time to be world champion, and I don't think he needs the Rumble to honestly become a world champion. So he'll be one of those guys that I don't think he'll really need the Royal Rumble because he's so over as a heel with the fans. Is I think he's already over, so he doesn't really need the Royal Rumble to help him get over. So then we basically get to. So my prediction is CM Punk will somehow win that match. So I got Kane beating John Cena, and I got Daniel Bryan winning somehow, and I got CM Punk winning somehow. Don't know how, but that's my prediction. Both the champions walk out with the belts, and Kane will defeat John Cena because the blow off will be at the next pay-per-view with John Cena. They end that feud. But then that comes to the Royal Rumble. And that's when, everybody's going, ooh. I mean, nobody really knows, what's going to happen in the Royal Rumble. That's, the one thing. Usually you can kind of predict, who's going to win the Royal Rumble. Randy Orton's going to be back. A lot of people are predicting Randy Orton. We did see Alberto Del Rio win last year. So it kind of is well, there was your rookie that got that push. But I really do think that they might do somebody else this year. It could be Randy Orton. But I'm not going to go with Randy Orton because that's the safe choice. And I think that the WWE needs somebody else. I mean, Randy Orton's already established, so he doesn't really need that Royal Rumble victory, but they may give it to him. Who knows? Since, he hasn't won the Rumble yet, so they may give it to him. But they can do it probably next year, and it'll be fine and dandy. This year, they need to save the company. They need to build another star. So I think they need to either give it, which I've said it all year, and I said they need to build another star, but I said it all year, or I've said it for the past couple wrestling, 2 or 3 wrestling videos, that I do believe it's going to be Miz or Sheamus who is going to end up going on, who is going to be winning the Royal Rumble. Now, knowing what I know now, and that the Miz got the #1 entrant into the Royal Rumble, really don't see the Miz happening, so I'm going to change my prediction for that, because I just don't really see the Miz going that long at the Royal Rumble. Because first of all, he's already built as a star, and as Shleg Daddy said on the Road Show, and it is true that if you want to make a star, you have him go from 1 to the end of the Royal Rumble. Miz is already a star. You don't need him to do that. So there's no reason why he should win the Royal Rumble, to be honest. So he's a believable champion. He's been champion. He was a long reigning champion. So there's no really reason for him to win the Royal Rumble at this time, because what they need right now is for somebody non-established to win this Royal Rumble. So, and Sheamus is established, but he's not super established because of the storylines. They haven't came up with him, and he hasn't been in the main event for a while. So I think he needs this. If not him, then Wade Barrett. Because honestly, Sheamus is over enough to where people would believe he's a credible contender for the champion. So I don't really think that he necessarily needs it as well. So I mean, I'm guessing it could be Wade Barrett's year. It could be Sheamus' time. I mean, I can't really see R-Truth winning the Royal Rumble. So I mean, when you think about the options that we have, it basically comes down to Orton, Sheamus, Barrett. I don't see anybody else in that picture, to be honest. I mean, they have Mick Foley in there, but I just really don't think, And when I think about this, I kind of thought about this on Raw, and it's man, wouldn't it be awesome to see Kane and Mick Foley at WrestleMania? That would be actually a pretty awesome match. They could do a hardcore match at WrestleMania 28 between Kane and Mick Foley. Awesome. Because the way that it looks right now is that it's going to end up being Triple H and Undertaker for a 3rd time. Now, a lot of people have said that. This is because it looks so obvious, because Taker's hadn't came back yet. He hasn't started a program yet. But he could come back at the Royal Rumble, come down, do something. I mean, who knows? He may end up facing Daniel Bryan at freaking WrestleMania. Wouldn't that be awesome if they made Bryan, make Undertaker tap at WrestleMania? Wouldn't that be amazing? But I just really don't think, Bryan don't need that. He does need that, but it's not going to help him any way, shape, or form. I just don't think it would be believable if he beat the Undertaker. Nobody would buy into it. Nobody would buy it. So I mean, the Punk Undertaker thing would be cool if he would win the Royal Rumble, but I don't think he's gonna do it. I don't think Undertaker's gonna win the Royal Rumble. He may make an appearance, and maybe Triple H will be in the Rumble as well, and him eliminate the Undertaker, and then start that feud at WrestleMania. But I just don't see it going anywhere but Triple H and Undertaker. But I just thought about that. When I was watching Raw, it's like, well, Mick Foley's back, and Kane is like in his hardcore gimmick. Why be surprised to see that match at WrestleMania? I would not be surprised to see a Mick Foley Kane match at WrestleMania. And then in the back of my mind, I'm like, will they really do that with Mick Foley? Will they have him win the Royal Rumble because he never did win the Royal Rumble? It's one thing he didn't do. So it's like, and I know a couple of videos ago I said I wasn't sure if Undertaker would win the Royal Rumble. So man, I really dropped the ball on that one. So he won the Royal Rumble in 2007. I didn't even know this. Like I said, in 2005 to like 2010, I didn't really watch wrestling too much because I just wasn't into it, first of all, and then second of all, I didn't have cable, so I didn't really follow it, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. Didn't have internet, so I was really kind of dead in the water with wrestling, so I didn't really follow it that much. So my bad for getting that prediction for my knowledge of wrestling in that 5-year time frame. So, and even from 2000 to 2005, it was kind of sketchy. I don't remember what happened because it's kind of my down decline from getting to see wrestling a lot, things like that. So yeah, so there's my Royal Rumble predictions. I got Kane going over John Cena. And basically Daniel Bryan and CM Punk will somehow walk out with their straps. Don't know how, but I think they will. This is not really the time for anybody. Like I said, the only person I would see getting the belt from Daniel Bryan would be Mark Henry. It'd be stupid for Big Slow to get the Royal Rumble or to get the championship. And Ziggler, it's just not really his time. I mean, it's coming soon. It could be any time, but they should have did this like 2 months ago if they were going to put the belt on Ziggler. So and actually he probably would have been a better choice instead of Del Rio to do all those feuds with. And then Del Rio, kind of taking a break, feuding with a guy like maybe Jack Swagger or something like that, as a babyface, turn Del Rio face, and then blah blah. I don't know, who knows. But that's my prediction. And then as the Royal Rumble thing, probably Sheamus or Barrett should win the Royal Rumble. If they do it with Orton, that'd be cool. I really don't want to see Mick Foley win the Royal Rumble, but it could be him or Orton that win the Royal Rumble. Another possibility that I don't think anybody, I just thought about that, this popped in my head, is that remember the awesome match between Foley and Orton? Hey, could happen again. Royal Rumble WrestleMania 28, they could do it again. Anyway, they like to rehash storylines lately, so could have would have to be 2 matches now that will be on the card. Undertaker and Triple H rehashed from past 2 WrestleManias, and then Mankind and Orton previous WrestleMania. So pretty cool. John Cena versus The Rock at WrestleMania. So hey, there you go. Actually, kind of a WrestleMania predictions video, but that woo. So okay, everybody, thank you. Comment down below about my predictions for the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. If you think any of them are correct, or you think, hey, that'd be cool. Yeah, let's go for that one. There you go. This has been Brad Tragic, and this has been my Royal Rumble review, or my Royal Rumble preview predictions. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Watch again. Thank you. Bye.